We want to get up close and personal, meeting people from all walks of life, sharing stories along the way. A very human journey on Peter's on the Block. Today, let's meet Chambo, a global content creator loved around the world with 1 million TikTok followers and around 470,000 YouTube subscribers. Let's hear his voice.
여러분 안녕하십니까, chambo입니다.
우, 반갑습니다. We're not going to do this all in Korean. Don't worry, listeners who are having a little panic there, thinking Chambo was going to speak Korean the whole time. Although your Korean is very good, Chambo.
Oh, you're pretty good too.
I'm half Korean, so I'm cheating. For the real, hardcore foreigners out there who speak your level of Korean, serious, high levels of respect for that.
Thank you so much.
Because if you're an English speaker in Korea, I know this because I know a few who have been here 20, 30 years. You don't have to speak good Korean. It is semi-optional, and so I really do respect those who go out their way to learn it and stuff. So we could do this in Korean, and if there are enough Korean listeners out there, let us know and we'll switch over perhaps. But for all of the messages at the moment coming in English, we'll do this in English for you guys. Chambo, an introduction, not that you'll need it with 1 million TikTok followers and nearly 500,000 YouTube subscribers, but some of our listeners might not know who you are. So how do you introduce yourself in general?
Okay, so these days I introduce myself as a former accountant, still qualified. I pay that annual fee every year and it's useless, but you gotta have those 3 letters behind your name.
Nice.
CPA.
Amazing. You need to pay to keep those there.
Yeah, and you gotta do annual training.
Really?
And the training is just watching videos and I shouldn't be dissing them. I love you guys.
Yes.
But these days I am more of a content creator and semi-TV personality guy. I was on Netflix for Culinary Class Wars, but I was essentially completely edited out. Unfortunately, but I got through to the reserve round, so I'm proud of that one.
We will talk about that today as well, for sure. And Chambo, what is your, if you don't mind me asking, your actual full name then?
Oh, my real name is Chris Hambasumian. So Chambo comes from that. So it's Chris Hambo, C Hambo, Chambo. A very Australianized way of giving nicknames. And eventually I was like, let's make it my Korean name. It sounds better than Chris,
It does, because there are too many Chris's.
Oh,
Chris
yeah,
is
it's
quite
too
a common
common.
name.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So Chambo makes you stand out for sure. And it does sound very Australian.
Oh, it's Chambo, mate. How you doing, bro? Oh, yeah.
Good day, mate. Good day,
How you doing,
Chambo.
mate?
We've got Chambo in the studio. What would a British nickname for you be? Chris? What do we call Chris's?
Oh, no? Christopher.
Maybe. Mr. Christopher.
You'd be what? Petey, mate. Pedo. Maybe, I don't know.
Peto, I love that. Yeah. We are taking your questions, so do send them in. And I know lots of you guys out there watched Culinary Class Wars, so do let us know if you remember Chambo from that and what you remember from it as well. I'm really curious, because I saw on your social media a few clips of it, so I was really excited.
Yeah, I took 3 screenshots and I was like, okay, we're done, there's nothing left. Let's just put everything that we got on there.
Because I didn't watch it at all. We talked about it on the show being so popular, so I was like, oh, that's awesome for Chambo, that might really help. But now hearing this, that you were edited out of most of it, that's quite a sad thing. Siska saying, wait, Chambo was on Culinary Class Wars? No, I'm sure it was longer than we have a Thursday guest who was in Humour, Pamyo, the movie. He's an extra. But he was literally 1 second.
I think I'd be 1 second. I should get at least 10 to 15 times the screen time.
There you go.
10 to 15 seconds total.
CT says, hey, Chambo, I'm from the ATO. I don't know what that means. Is that an Australian thing?
Tourism Organisation?
Oh, wow. Have you been in contact with us lately? I don't know if he's serious because he's got some laughing emojis next there. But what he did send in, and I wanted to play for you. This is when his son was 2 years old. He sang the national anthem for Australia. And it just popped up randomly on his Facebook feed today, remember this day.
Okay.
So let's give it a play and see if this is right. Okay, so our producer's going to put it over. Turn up the volume.
Golden. So cute.
I'm sorry, but I can't understand most of these lyrics from your 2-year-old son. Thank you so much, CT.
I think that's not an issue with the kids' accent.
Yep.
I think that's just the Australian accent in general. Oh,
Just
yeah,
in
man.
general.
Bloody hell, let's go.
Wow, I don't think I know that melody from the Australian national anthem. I'm sure I must have heard that, like, in the cricket when we've played against Australia and things like that.
You just zone out when we have the matches, right?
Maybe.
Yeah,
I
what's
do
Australia? I don't
apologise.
even know, yeah.
Thank you, CT, for sending that in. That's lovely.
He's a cutie.
So how did you end up in Korea then, Chambo?
How did I end up in Korea? Okay, so it's the honest story is that back in high school, I went to a selective school in Australia.
Okay,
So
that's a good school, right?
that's a good school. You got to take a test
Okay.
to get in.
Wow.
And because of that, 90% of the students were
Yeah.
of Korean or Chinese descent,
Oh,
essentially.
really?
So-
that many?
Oh, yeah. And I think it's just a result of the fact that the parents,
Yeah.
they come from a bit more of a, let's go into tuition, let's get our kid to a better school, whereas
Yeah.
other ethnicities would be a bit more lax about
Sure.
it. So I got in, and for 6 years, I was essentially the minority there.
Yeah.
So I wasn't treated too nicely
Oh,
based
really?
on my ethnicity.
Oh, no.
So at the time, I was like, okay, I can hate these people, or I
Yeah.
can start learning their culture, try to like get closer to them.
Yeah.
So it started working. You know, I started listening to K-pop and movies, all of that.
Oh, nice.
They showed some interest.
Yeah.
So then I went into university. I was like, okay, let's figure it out. I'm going to study Korean.
Yeah.
And that's because I visited Korea and I had a very, very terrible experience.
Oh, no.
Lots of racism.
Just as a tourist.
Just
you
as a
came over
tourist.
here.
So I went to Hong Kong for like 2 weeks and it was amazing.
Yeah.
And then right after I went to Korea and it was
Yeah.
just such a bad experience.
Really?
The worst racism I've had in my life. So I
Oh,
was like, okay,
no.
I can't believe any country on the planet is this bad. I'm going to go learn Korean and come back. So
Wow.
I studied Korean. I changed one of my majors to Korean.
Yeah.
And then I came back as an exchange student to Seoul National University. And again, a lot of racism. It was one of the best times of my life, but there
Yeah.
were some very, very essential moments, like people just punching me in the face, get out of my country.
What?
So that became like a very subconscious motivator. I need to come back to this country.
That's an interesting reaction as well, because I think most people would just say, no, forget it. I'm not going back there.
That's the normal reaction,
Yeah,
right?
you've got an interesting personality. It's like, I'm going to take on the challenge kind of thing.
I finally figured out why, though. Last year, I got diagnosed with ADHD. And ADHD people have this thing where they react very strongly to negative feedback. So
Okay.
it became somewhat of like I have to conquer this. I need to prove myself that I'm not a terrible person to these people.
So interesting.
And it brought me back to this country eventually.
And so with the accountancy side of things, did you do that in Korea at all? Or?
No, so that I did in Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, and China.
Wow.
And they're all great places to live.
Yeah.
But I guess I still had that burning desire to prove myself in Korea after everything. So at some point I was like, okay, screw the corporate life. I'm going to come back and let's make it real.
That's unbelievable. What a story. And I'm so glad that you're so open and honest about that. What about the other places then? Was there any kind of racism or negative experiences in the other parts of Asia that you worked in?
I'd say no. So Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong, very, very international places.
Yeah.
So there's no real... you're not very special
You don't
based
stand
off your
out a lot,
ethnicity.
yeah.
And in China, I guess there wasn't racism, but there was some like very funny comments just because they're not used to non-Chinese people. So I think the most
where were
common
you
question.
in China?
I was in Shenzhen.
Okay.
And the most common question I heard was, so you people like to eat potatoes, right? I was like, what? And then I would say, wait, does that mean you people like to eat rice? And they're like, yeah, of course. I'm like, okay, makes sense.
Fair enough.
Fair enough.
If we're going to
Potatoes are nice too. So, yeah, fair
judge
enough.
people by their main staple, carbohydrate, that's interesting.
Yes.
Wow, and I find that really curious about the racism in Korea because, of course, we've talked about it on the show. We're in a different time of our development Korea compared to the UK, and I don't know what it's like in Australia, to be honest. I've only been there for a couple of weeks. But the UK, there's a lot of like multiculturalism and big racism issues like in the 60s, 70s.
A long time ago.
Yeah, so when a lot of people came over from the Caribbean, they're called the Windrush generation. I believe that might have been the vessel a lot of them sailed over on. But they came to work, right, to help out the UK recover from the Second World War and things like this when Brits didn't want to do the hard manual labour at a real low cost, right? And so we went through, I think, a lot of the tough times before I was even born, right? And then when I was growing up, I grew up in London, which is very multicultural, but I heard things like chink and, disparaging remarks to Asians because my mother's Korean. But not in a big way. Maybe that happened 5 or 6 times, growing up. It was impactful, of course, as a little kid. But coming to Korea, it was the opposite for me. I was half Korean and I looked kind of Western. And so I get nothing but positive comments, right? Like, they didn't know I spoke Korean, but they were like, oh, he's so good looking. Oh, he's American, blah, blah, blah. And so I thought that generally, and I think this might be true, but do correct me, that if you're kind of like from a white country like America or like the UK, you might experience positive like discrimination in Korea. Whereas people from, let's say, countries less developed than Korea, they can have a harder time. And I've heard that's still prevalent today. So what was it? How did that racism manifest itself?
I think you're right in saying that 95% of cases would be positive.
Yeah.
But, negativity bias and just how we react as humans.
Sure.
Getting punched in the face by a random saying, go back to your country.
That's crazy.
It kind of sticks. And even these days, I get 99.9% of my comments on my videos are all super positive. Yeah. But the ones that really hurt are still go back to your country. It's
yeah. I hate
Come
that.
on, guys! Until when? And I'm not trying to say anything about the Korean population. It's just certain individuals, regardless of ethnicity or race or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, get off the internet. Please, just go see a therapist. I'm in therapy. Everyone needs to be in therapy. Therapy is great.
On Wednesday, yes, Paul Matthews often says that as well. It's the best thing he does in his monthly schedule is go and see his therapist and have a chat, right? And you're right. Those negative comments, I know it's easy to say, just ignore them, but they can really get to you, right? And it's those people that ruin the experience for everybody else, right?
So these days, I try to make those into video content, actually. Go back to your country. So I go back to my country and I make some videos there. Or get out of my country. So I'm okay, I finally left Korea. And then it's because I've been selected as a representative TikTok Korea. You're mad, ain't you, bro? Let's go, Incheon. Let's go.
So you turn it on its head. Make it funny.
It's good content. Give me the views. And if anything, the hate comments give me engagement, so they boost my algorithm. So thank you guys. Keep hating on me.
Wow.
Please hate on me more. Let's go.
Well, how did you do this then? From accountant to creator? What was the journey there, Chambo?
So I was lucky that in 2019, I had a boss that I wasn't very vibey with, let's just say.
What were you doing at that time?
I was working in a blockchain company in Hong Kong and helping to combat modern slavery.
Wow.
Very interesting little change when I think back on it now.
Yeah. Through blockchain?
Through blockchain. So it was all about proving that certain employment contracts aren't forged or passports or something aren't taken by the employers. So that's a whole different thing over there. And then, thankfully, because the vibes weren't quite on, it said, you know what? Maybe this is the time I need to finally make a jump and chase my dreams. And what do I want to do? I love making content.
Oh, really? Even back in 2019?
Yeah, I used to love doing it just as a hobby. And it was always a deep thing that I wanted to do.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, if I'm not going to do it now, when am I going to do it? So let's just drop it. And then I flew across to Korea. Right as COVID was popping off.
Oh, no.
And, my long form content wasn't great, and it still isn't great, to be honest. But then, thankfully, at the time, this new platform came out called TikTok. And me being a jumpy little ADHD guy, short form content and me happened to be the perfect match. And here we go, 5 years later now.
Wow.
Anyone between, let's say, 15 and 25 in Korea, I'd say most of them would recognize me, which is a wild experience, I'd say.
So going out of the streets, young people must often just shout out to you.
Yeah, they often yell out my old catchphrase. I'm still very grateful for it, but they're like, hey, Gabiji! And then I'm like, hey, you want a photo? Let's go, boom.
We mentioned that earlier. Gabiji, literally means it's gum, but it means it's a piece of cake kind of thing.
Piece of cake, exactly.
Wow, that's amazing, because people don't recognize me often. Especially the younger generation. But when they do, they don't know my name. I don't have a catchphrase. So they just say Arsenal. That's what they say because I'm an Arsenal fan. Yeah,
because you got to be careful with how you end that sentence. Because I'm an Arsenal fan.
Maybe they're doing that deliberately. Maybe they just want to call me an arse. Yeah. We are going to be talking more with Chambo in part 2 and 3. We've got a quiz coming up. Don't forget to send in your questions, your comments on the YouTube live stream, Arirang Radio K-pop. This is your song request, is it? Primary featuring dynamic duo?
Yes, Chani, this is one of the songs that taught me a valuable lesson about 어장관리, which is literally fishing hole management, aka being a player, and it happens from both sides of the equation.
Oh, wow. So is this song like featuring that kind of lyrics? Like,
oh, yeah, absolutely.
Making sure you got all your girls or your guys like, I don't know how to say this in English, like well fed, well tended to.
Yeah.
So you got your fingers in lots of pies, that kind of thing.
It's essentially the guy he's saying to a girl, hey, you up? Literally, that's the translation. And then the girl is like, oh, I'm a bit busy, I'm tired, bye-bye. Yeah,
oh, wow. If you want to learn about that side of things, then pay close attention. We're here with Chambo. If you don't know him, you're not young. That's what that says about you, doesn't it? You're not in that young category of people on TikTok. I recently, after I think 2.5 years, maybe even 3 years, opened up my TikTok account again and like started posting because I'm terrible in long form because I can't be bothered to edit. So I started doing some short videos like football and English together. And the first one I put on TikTok like got 100,000 views.
There we go.
I was like, oh my, this platform's amazing. But when I look at the videos on TikTok, I really feel my age. Like I'm like, this is not targeted at a 40-year-old man at all.
It doesn't hit? It doesn't snap for you?
Not at all.
Oh, my dear.
It just feels so young compared to what I'm looking to look at. Maybe parenting tips and things like this. We got loads of messages, loads of questions for you, Chambo. So Sherry from Ohio says, how did you get into interviewing people? And what is your favourite question to ask people? So if you watch Chambo, a lot of your content is going out on the street and just speaking to random people, right?
Yes, that's correct. So the answer to that is two things combined together.
Okay.
The first one is I really struggle to find tasty places to eat. So I thought, what's better than, like, you look at reviews, you can never trust them. So I thought, why don't you just go on the street and ask people,
wow,
where's the best place to eat? And then the second part is I'm single as hell. So I thought maybe I can like meet some baddies through interviewing too.
Oh, has that ever happened? Has that ever worked?
Oh,
you must speak to so many people.
Yeah.
So you get a number and then
meet, but then
so far,
nothing. I'm still single, so like it hasn't worked too well.
But how do you? Like, I've tried interviewing on the street, not for my own social media, but even when I was doing, like, news reporting and stuff, it's so hard to get people to speak to you sometimes. Like, they're just, like, so busy. They're like, I don't want to speak to you. And Korean people, I find, are very nice and polite. But when I'm like, can I have a minute? They're like, no.
It's because you sound like you're trying to get a donation or maybe you're a cult. You got to go in with like the right positive energy. And
so from the get-go, are you like asking a question or something?
Yeah. So
nice.
like the way I started my content is literally I just start filming and then I get the consent later. So I just go in and ask the question and then hope they'll consent. Otherwise, my entire interview goes down the drain.
I'm assuming that must happen sometimes, though.
Oh, yeah. So like some of the funniest stuff is like, I've got a very memorable one where I went to this old man. He gave me the perfect interview. We're talking for like 5-10 minutes. We're very long.
Nice.
And I've got a mic in his face and a camera on him.
So he knows he's being filmed.
Right? And then I'm like, so I can use this video, right? He's like, huh? No? I'm like, what are you talking about? I was like, oh my God, why did I talk for 10 minutes for what?
But a good chat you got out of it,
hopefully.
Good
chat. I can't remember a word of it, but that's what happened.
Steve from San Francisco says, Chambo, do you follow any sports teams? You got any favourite players out there? Random question. Are you into sports? As an Aussie, there's the big ones like cricket and Aussie rules and things like that.
Both of those sports are not on my radar. Let's put it that way. I very much enjoy baseball, but I don't think I'm so much a watcher as much as a doer because watching and following a team takes actually a surprising amount of effort. Like,
a lot
you gotta
of time,
you're very much into football, right?
Yeah, but even me, because of the time difference, the game's at 4 a.m. on a weekday. That's not easy.
Well, it forces you to get up, get an early start to the day.
Maybe or I'll just check those highlights when I wake up. So you prefer playing?
I think I prefer actually doing the exercise as opposed to watching someone else do it. I don't really get that like 대리만족. What's that? Like vicarious living, right?
Yeah.
So of course, like if I do see something, very much enjoy it, but I don't follow religiously.
Oh, nice. Siska saying, it's like my friend who accidentally saw Chambo when in Seoul and wondering why her daughter was so happy. Daughter said, he's famous on TikTok. Oh, wow. I wonder, did they get to speak to Chambo?
Yeah, come say hi next time.
Because I've had that a lot when people will message me on social media and say, I saw you today. I was really excited. I'm like, why didn't you say hi?
Just come say hi.
Yeah.
I'll be very happy to say hi. Let's go.
I love it when people ask for photos. Actually, more than I think they love it. I kind of force them to do it. Siska says, I also want to go back to Korea like you, Chambo. A different reason for me. I've just loved my experiences there. I wonder if you've been to Indonesia, because I know you've been to Singapore and Malaysia.
To where, sorry?
Indonesia.
Oh, Indonesia. Yeah, I have been to Bali and Batam.
Oh.
Both very beachy sort of places.
Just for holiday kind of things?
Yeah, so when I lived in Singapore, Batam's like an hour ferry away. And then
wow.
Bali, I'm Australian, so of course I've been there. And
yeah, it's full of Aussies, isn't it?
I was resisting going to Bali for the longest time. I was like, I'm not a typical Australian. No way, I'm not a bogan. And then I went there, I was like, damn, maybe I am Australian after all. It's so good.
It's lovely there, isn't it? It is amazing. The one complaint I have about Bali, and I got to go there because of Adidang Radio, we celebrated our 20th anniversary last year.
And you went there?
We met listeners who were just going on a holiday there together. Like they were converging, meeting online here and then converging in Bali. And then I got to surprise them there. Like say, hey, because one of them applied for this program that we did. But my one complaint is, from the UK, I thought, Bali, that's so far away. And I thought, living in Seoul, it's right on our doorstep. It's still a long way. It's like 7-8 hours in the plane.
It's surprisingly far from here, right?
It's like near Australia, right? It's so close.
That's why there's so many Aussies.
There you go. Yeah, that makes sense. And one last question before we continue with the interview. CT says, Yo, Chambo, do you meet many Aussies in Seoul? We're a rare breed down in Ulsan, which is CT's hometown, I believe. And don't forget to vote on the 3rd of May. Oh, is there elections in Australia?
Probably. I lost my right to vote, I think, 8 years ago. I've lived outside of Australia for so long.
Ah, I see.
So enjoy democracy. I'm just going to observe from outside, and I have nothing to say about it anyway.
Do you meet many Aussies?
There's actually quite a decent Australian community here. Like the Australian Chamber of Commerce here does a lot of events. And
for Aussies, not just those in business?
Yeah, and I would say that it's a lot more chill compared to other chambers. So it's honestly, it's just an Australian event. People go and say hi and
just like hang out for a drink and food and stuff
essentially.
like that.
And if you are aggressively trying to do business there, people kind of see you as a bit of a...
Oh, really?
I don't know how much I need to censor myself. But they look at you like you are something.
Oh, really?
Because it's not Australian to just be like, hi, by the way, here's my business card. You want to do business together? It's more like, hey, how you doing, mate? Oh, yeah, we got the vibes. All right, then we talk about business.
Let's have a beer and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's it.
I did meet someone at the British Embassy bar a couple of weeks back who is, I'm pretty sure it's Australia. Could have been New Zealand. Do excuse me. But yeah, he was just all about drinking and just having a good time. No business angle whatsoever. And he was introducing loads of people that he knew there and stuff like that. And I noticed your laugh, Chambo. Is there a good way to tell New Zealand and Australians apart?
First, I was laughing because I found it funny. You're like, yeah, you're all our offspring anyway. I don't know which one's which. Aussie, New Zealand, same flag, right? Whatever. How do you tell? The accent should be the biggest giveaway. Yeah. They're quite similar, but there's a few vowels that the Kiwis use that kind of sound a bit different.
Like America and Canada, like maybe a boot, that kind of thing.
Something more similar to like fish and chips instead of fish and chips.
Oh, really?
I don't know if I'm just stereotyping or if it's accurate, but yeah, fish and chips,
Oh, wow. Because we do have a New Zealand listener who's been to the studio before, Maz, who's on board with messages. I know that feeling of racism. I had Italians saying that to me in Australia in the 70s, like go back home, that kind of thing. Yeah, so as I think Chambo alluded to, I think all countries have those people who I just think it's a lack of education or their upbringing in a certain way. It just really spoils the mood, but that's really sad to hear.
But the best thing about the world these days is that those people are becoming smaller and smaller.
Yes, right.
Which is great. There's less and less of them, which is amazing.
Absolutely. We should have the hopeful view of things. Things are always getting better. And yeah, getting back to our questions then. You are known as Chotongyong because so many people know you, like the president of elementary school. There's much like Botongyong. If you noticed in that video of our 2-year-old, he had the Pororo t-shirt on earlier.
Yeah.
So Pororo was the president of kids before, but now it's you, Chambo. So how did you come up with your content that appealed to the younger generation? Was that a deliberate thing to like make short form for younger generations? Because I remember you, before we'd met, and I had no idea who you were, but you'd do these drink videos.
Oh, yeah.
Like all the Korean drinks. You'd like bang it on your elbow like you do with soju and then down it and give a little review.
Those? That was
what popped
years
up.
ago before I even started like being a social media
And
guy.
at first I was like so confused. And I was like, oh, this is actually quite funny. And there's loads of different drinks as well for people to recognise abroad too, perhaps. Yeah.
So what happened was at the start, I guess I just got very lucky. So my first video ever, I dressed up as a girl and I did an Aje gag.
Okay.
And the Aje gag stuff popped off. And so I was
nice.
like, oh, I'm a comedian, I'm a funny guy, I guess. So I started doing comedy for like 6 months. But then I realized two things. One, it's not very marketable in case I want ads.
Okay.
Because it was a bit like... Shipkugum, like
Oh,
a bit like
really?
adult friendly,
A bit
not so
adult,
child
okay.
friendly. And then the second part was, I'm not very good at scripting things, and I don't want to script. This is difficult. So I was like, what can I do that's similar and easier?
Yeah.
It was food. Because food, everyone always wants to eat it.
Sure.
I have to eat it anyway, and I'm broke as hell trying to chase this new dream. So why don't I make videos out of the food I'm going to eat anyway? So I started making food content, and then one day I got very lucky.
Yeah.
My fridge was empty. I was broke. I called my mom. I was like, Mom, I want to eat cereal, but I don't have money for milk.
Oh, no!
And on that day, I only had eggs in my fridge, and somebody sent me a comment saying, bro, I bet you can't eat six eggs in 1 minute. Try.
Oh.
So, hey, come here, like piece of cake, baby. So I got it. I boiled the eggs. I ate them quickly, and it popped off. So we kept on making it, and became that guy that kids love.
That's amazing. So a comment inspired you to do that.
Yes, thank you, commenter. I love you. Everyone comment and give me more ideas.
That's the perfect like ecosystem, isn't it? Getting ideas from your followers, and they like that because it kind of gives them like a sense of not control, but they're working together with you, like collaborating together. Is it hard to eat 6 eggs in a minute? I hate boiled eggs, full stop. So I could not eat 1 or 2, I think, in a minute.
Really? Well, if you're going hard boiled, it's going to be very, very difficult.
Yeah.
If you're going soft boiled, you just suck it down and just go.
Oh my goodness! Oh no!
Inhale it, easy.
You, as we mentioned earlier, some people coming up with your old catchphrase when they meet you in the streets, "Gamiji," like it's a piece of cake. So on that series, you did things like what? Full body waxing,
Oh yeah,
shaving your head.
Yeah, I got my hair shaved as I think that was like when I hit 200,000 or 300,000 on one of the platforms. I can't remember.
So you really go through with those things.
Oh yeah, of course. I like think about it, like single dude. I got no family or friends here. Well, I've got friends, but I got nothing to lose, so I may as well just do what people want me to do, and it's easy content.
Is it not a challenge to like say you're going to do it, but then actually do it? Like the other videos, playing in water all day long, eating chicken breast for a whole day.
Honestly, I think the doing is the easiest part. The hardest part is deciding what to do.
What comes in terms of ideas? Like, is it all from the
100%
subscribers,
from the viewers? Yeah,
and then
100%.
you just go through them and pick out what you think.
Yeah, I was like, oh, that one looks good. Or, oh, that one has a lot of likes, so people want me to do it. So wow. And I really like. Here's the thing, right? I stopped this series about 2 or 3 years ago because. No matter how much I do, the views would start like declining. And I want to bring it back. But every time I do it, everyone's begging me to bring it back. I bring it back and then the views don't pop up. So I'm like, oh, okay, let's try this concept, try that concept. And then these days I've become that interview guy.
Wow.
Which is good. Interview guy seems to be popping off. So thank you for watching my content, guys.
It takes a lot of effort to do that because it's not just you, the street interview. So I think people are more likely to get invested in it because they're like, oh, he's actually taking the time and the effort to go and like pull people off the street and talk to them.
The thing I miss though, like the old series was so easy to edit. These series, the 1 minute video takes 6 hours to edit one video.
What?
Yeah, it takes way too much time, but the quality's there, and it's a long-term investment. You kind of hope that more advertisers will come through. So
fantastic! Good luck with that, Chambo. And yeah, with all your subscribers and stuff, you're doing so well. And I heard one of your videos hit 80 million views. Is that right?
I think
80 million?
Maybe 86 million on TikTok alone these days. So that was me just eating ice cream in lots of different languages.
In lots of different languages.
Yeah, like ice cream. Ice cream.
Wow.
And that just popped off completely globally. So that became a trending series, 발음 series, a pronunciation series. And got me a lot of overseas followers too. But I changed my strategy again. So these days it's more 100% Korean style content.
But the global, like, audience on TikTok. I saw that when I went back on recently. Like, they have the subtitles automatically, like in English, or the captions, which helps like people you're not even targeting understand the content and
I
stuff.
should be doing that. I should. Yeah, I spend so much effort like doing dual language subtitles, and it takes way too much time. But I didn't even think about that. Why am I doing dual subtitles if it's automated now?
Yeah.
I'm an old man in the TikTok ecosystem, I guess.
It's not like 100% accurate by far, by a long way, but still, yeah, I think that's really a good feature for people to just reach out to people they weren't even thinking about. Sharing Russell says Chambo's content is a bit like a light version of a Black Mirror episode.
What?
Explain that, Sherry, please.
I actually want to hear the explanation. I wish I could understand where the
Black Mirror bit comes from, right? I do want to know as well. I'm very curious. We've got to talk about culinary class wars because that was massive. And yeah, when I saw it on your social media, I was expecting that you'd get a decent amount of airtime. But then I realised that show had so many people in the early rounds.
Yeah.
So to fit everyone in at a decent amount must have been logistically impossible. So what was that whole experience like? How did you come to do it? I mean, you're not a chef, are you? Like, as in you work in a restaurant or you've done that before?
No, but as a food content creator, I got kind of sick of eating bad food outside, even when it's got good reviews. So I was like, you know, I can cook better than this. So I started a cooking series, and that started going very well.
Yeah.
And I realized, I can cook better than most chefs, and these guys need to be kind of embarrassed by the fact that they're serving this and trying to ask for my money doing it. So it became two things. I said, I'm going to apply for this show.
Yeah. You just saw like an advert for it.
Yeah, so my friend who is a chef, he's like, you should do this. I was like, you should do this.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, I'm too shy. You do it. I was like, okay, I'll do it. So I applied, I got on, and I went on with two purposes. One is to show that most restaurants are actually terrible, and me, who isn't even a chef, can do better than you.
Oh, wow.
And two was that anybody can cook. So guys, don't make excuses. Oh, like I burn eggs. I can't even cook toast.
Yeah.
Bro, everyone can cook.
Put in a bit of effort and you can do it.
So I went on and I proved it right. I beat, because I got to the reserves round.
Yeah.
Which is maybe like 20 people out of 80.
Wow.
And I beat 60 professional chefs.
Wow.
To get to that reserves round. Unfortunately, not much was aired, but you can see my face proving the fact that I did get to that round. And there you go. Anybody can cook. If I can cook and go on to one of the biggest shows and to like the 1.5 round. If I got to the second round, I would have been a lot richer right now and living a different life. But then anybody could cook. You guys should cook. And restaurants should pick up the game. Yeah,
I do believe a lot of, especially chain restaurants, you know, there's people who are in the kitchen, but they're not passionate about it at all. You know, they're just following the instructions and that kind of thing and getting food out quickly. That's not so good. But yeah, in that, because it's called hukbaekyorisa, like black-white chef in English, which makes a bit more sense to what the concept was. It was like amateurs against like chefs in the early stages, right? So
it was like famous chefs versus not famous chefs, but who have potential.
And so you beat out 60 real chefs. Well, how was that first round done then? Was it just like the top 20 people just got through, regardless of whether they were famous or not? Or?
No, so it was like this. So we had the 20 chefs who, the famous guys, they were just standing on the sidelines while all the white coats trying to get through to the next round. So it was, I think, filmed maybe over 2 days. You had 40 on the first day, 40 on the second in this giant kitchen. Yeah. And we all just cook our dishes. We're trying to do it within a time limit. And then we serve it up to the judges. Yeah. And then the judges come and then they test it out. Yeah. Some people get immediately sent through the next round. And
wow, really?
20 people get sent into that reserves round where they try to pick, I think, 3 people out of that pool to see who was good.
Wow.
And the first person to check my dish, so I did 차돌박이 된장찌개, so beef brisket, soybean paste soup.
Oh, that's good. I love that dish.
Oh, yeah. And I did it along with this Persian rice dish, like dill rice. So it was like trying to combine two cultures, like one thing I ate as a kid and one thing I eat here. And the first chef was An Sungjae. He came along and he actually recognized the Persian part of the dish. I was like, this guy.
Wow.
Damn, he knows his stuff. And then, so he put me into the reserves. Yeah. And then Paek-Jung-won came along. Yep. He ate it. I was like, because I read expressions like a god, you know. Okay. I knew he was not going to put me through.
Really?
He just gave me the
it's okay.
Yeah. He tried to hide it, but no, you can't hide from me. I know everything.
Oh, no.
But anyway, you see my face in the reserves round, and I'm like, yeah, that's good enough.
Okay, yeah. And Maz says, I don't know if this is correct, but she says, you were hilarious on the show, if I remember correctly. So, I mean, did scenes of you talking and stuff come out, or was it just literally
I think I had 2
visuals?
lines
Okay.
and me just clapping for when Trey Hyun-suk came out, because I did a video with him on my channel a long time ago.
Oh, nice.
He's a chill dude. He's like, oh, familiar face. What's up, bro? And that got some screen time. Not much.
I recently saw you. No, it wasn't recently. It must have been a few months ago. Your cooking videos, in that short form way where you're chopping up things and then it's suddenly cooked. And I love those kind of short form cooking videos. But, and I hope it's okay to talk about, like, the captions and stuff are completely different, right? It's talking about maybe your mental health or something like that. And so where does that come from? And, like, is that a trend on TikTok or?
It was like this. So at the time, I was like, I need to do something new. I want to try some cooking stuff.
Yeah.
But how can I differentiate myself? And especially these days, a lot of content just becomes kind of AI-fied. I guess like everything's just becoming generic. So I was like, what's the only thing that can kind of protect me from this generification of things? Personal stories.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, let's cook and let's talk about personal stories on top.
Yeah.
And I tested a few things. So I explain the dish. I don't have any sounds, like any dubbing on top.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, let's do my story on top. Tried a few different versions, and that one always won. So I was like, okay, let's keep on doing it.
Wow.
And let's at least hopefully give some inspiration to people to talk about things like mental health or, difficult things in life. Not just put on this perfect image of, oh, I'm so happy and always great all the time.
Sure,
it's okay to be not good.
Social media is, really all about the bad side of it, I suppose. It's like promoting just the good and not of opening up about the bad.
And when people see me, they see me as the always positive Hyung.
Sure.
I'm like, guys, there's another side to it, and it's okay. Even for you, you don't need to always put on a face that you're always happy and stuff.
The response to those videos was good then?
Oh, yeah, very good.
Do people get concerned about your mental health and stuff like that? Or
there are some people who are concerned, which I'm very grateful for, but there are also a lot of people who are grateful towards me for opening up about something that relates to them too.
Yeah.
So many people, they're like, oh, ADHD isn't such a bad thing. Oh, I have depression too. Thank you for showing me that it's okay to have it and that even you might have it. And I was like, okay, great. Let's build this kind of community of strength together.
Yeah, I don't
through
know.
cooking videos somehow. It's crazy.
It's so random. I don't consume a lot of content, to be honest, on social media. But when I saw those videos, I was like, that's so different, right? Because the cooking looked amazing. And I wasn't really paying attention to the subtitles. And then I must have saw one line which was talking about you feeling really down or something. I was like, what's that got to do with the meat that you're cooking? And it really caught my attention. I was like, oh, that's really meaningful, isn't it? For a little while, I was thinking, is this a joke or something? And then I saw a few videos like that. And I was like, oh, I see. Okay. And that might be a good vehicle for you as well to talk about things, in front of your audience. But that's the most important, inspiring other people, especially I think boys who feel like they can't talk about their emotions like that. Britain, when I was growing up, you cannot cry, you cannot complain about your feelings or anything like that. In Korea, we have that saying that guys should cry just 3 times in their life. We need to get over that, right? And
that's not good. That's toxic masculinity. We
Absolutely.
got to be okay with being not okay, and that means you'll be okay in the long run if we're okay to be not okay in the short run.
That totally makes sense, doesn't it, guys? So if you're struggling out there, just let it out. I especially think for most people who aren't well known on social media, most of you aren't influencers. You can do that on social media. That's a kind of maybe first step before you do it in person, where that can be harder, to face open up. Maybe it's step 1 or step 2 or something like that. Marilyn says Chambo should have introduced Vegemite on Culinary Class Wars as a secret ingredient. Are you a fan or not?
I love Vegemite, and I did one video with a friend, Cook Him. He's also a giant food influencer, much bigger than me as well, much more global audience.
Yeah.
I thought Vegemite kind of tastes like doenjang. So it's like, why don't we make Vegemite jjigae?
Wow.
Vegemite stew.
Does it work?
It did not work. It did not work. I don't understand. It tastes so similar, but it just did not work. It tasted disgusting.
I'm not a Marmite fan. That's
What?
the version in the UK. It's
You don't
real
like Marmite?
love-hate. But I would say more people hate Marmite than love it. In Aussie, is it 50-50?
Yeah, it's
or?
about 50-50.
Okay.
But maybe more people might like it because the way you prepare it's important. If you just put straight Vegemite on a piece of toast, maybe not. But add some butter, add some cheese, can't go wrong.
All right, it is time to get on to our quiz, Chambo. And the quiz is fully optional, right? We don't force anyone to do it. We say, I'll outline the prizes. There's like 150,000 won worth of vouchers in one of these balls.
I like that.
In lots of other balls, it's worth about 1,000 won. And some of the balls, it's probably negative won value.
I gotta pay you to do this quiz?
Not exactly, but I might use your name on the show or something like that.
Okay.
Or you'll get a signed piece of paper from me, which, yes, probably will burden you more than be of value to you. And our senior writer, I should say, she tailors the question to your area of expertise. So it's not easy. It's not a piece of cake. So that's why we give our guests the option. If you don't want to get it wrong 100%, you don't have to do it. But will you take the quiz, Champ?
Absolutely. Let's go.
That's why we have the xylophone, just for that. Just for you
I love how you have an actual analog xylophone instead of just like pressing a button to play it digitally.
I don't know why either. I think we need to use this a certain number of times on the show to get paid or something. All right, so here is the question, okay? We're going to ask this question to you because you studied at Seoul National University, as you mentioned earlier. That's the university most Koreans dream of attending. So what is the name of this institution described next? Seoul National University was founded in 1946 and its first location was in Myeongnyang-dong of Jongno-gu, Seoul, the site where this institution once stood. It was established during the Joseon dynasty by the king himself to nurture talent. What is the name of this institution? If you don't know, we can give you multiple choice hints.
I thought it was going to be like the most difficult question on the planet. It's the King Sejong Institute.
I'm going to say, Chambo, because you are a friend, listen to the options first. Okay?
Oh, no, really? What? I thought the word king was the hint I needed.
I thought so too, but it is a hint, but not at our level of expertise, maybe one level higher. So, number 1, Chipyeonjeon, which is translated to the House of Collective Wisdom. Number 2, Songyungwan. Number 3, Kyujanggak. Or number 4, Pishik University, which I think you know is not really a university, right?
Oh, that's a hint. I was going to say Pishik University, but thank you for that. I'm going to go for Songyungwan.
Songyungwan. Any particular reason for that answer?
Because they are quite well known for their Korean language program. And they are in that area, so I think it might be them.
Congratulations, Chambo! Songyungwan University. Let's pick out the prize. We are running out of time.
We'll go for blue. Blue.
Most people go for purple, so good choice. I like a bit of variety on the show. And if you could read out what that says.
Peter
Second time! Yay! What a prize! What a prize, Chambo! Yeah. I do assure our listeners there are good prizes in there. It's just the people are not picking them out. I promise. Chambo, one last farewell to our listeners. Any message you want to give them, and where can they find you as well? What's your username everywhere?
Thank you everybody for tuning into the show. It's been a blast. Follow me on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. The ID is Hey Chambo, HeyChambo. If you want to see great dual language subtitled Korean content. That's how you learn Korean, through my videos.
Perfect, because most of our listeners want to learn Korean, so do that. Chambo, it's been a pleasure, and I've learned so much. I'm so glad we did this today, to hear about your struggles at the beginning and your motivation to come back, and really congratulations. Hats off to you, sir.